It's a story, it's in the Sufi Tales book. It's a beautiful story. It's a story of my life. Because Mojul is a character who surrendered to this character which is called Khidr. And Khidr in Sufism is intuition. So intuition said, leave your wife and go away. He left his wife and go away. Then he saw a bridge. And the intuition said, jump in the bridge. So he jumped in the bridge. He didn't question the intuition. He jumped in the bridge. The bridge took him, the river took him to some place, and there was nobody living there except one fisherman. So he lived with the fisherman for 7 years. And he learned how to fish, to catch the fish, to cook the fish, and he became a fisherman. And then one day Khidr said, now jump in the river again. He jumped in the river again. And then the Khidr says, go to that village. So he goes to the village. And as he enters, he's now got those white flowing beard. He's got the shining eyes. The skin is shining. And people come to him and they say, oh, you must be a God man. You must be a learned man. And they all start bringing him flowers, bring him food. They make a temple in his name. And he says, no. I only jumped in the river. We did fishing. No, you're lying. You are God. Because the godliness comes from surrender. The most powerful and most beautiful way of living is living in an act of active surrender. There's not passive surrender. It's not that somebody is beating me up and I surrender. No. Active surrender is when you are part of a river which is flowing and you don't fight it. You just flow with the river. I've always flown with the river. If my river said give up acting after giving Pyar To Hona Hi Tha, as an actor, when my biggest hit was there 27 years ago, I gave up acting. Because my Khidr said, give up acting. It was a bullshit decision according to the whole world. All the journalists, even today, they wonder why I gave up acting 27 years ago when I was at the top. Nobody understands it. I also don't understand it. I did it because Khidr said, stop acting. I stopped acting. Khidr said, become an art dealer. I became an art dealer. Then Khidr said, learn Kundalini Yoga. I learned Kundalini Yoga. Then Khidr said, teach Kundalini Yoga. I teach Kundalini Yoga. So there is an article on my website, on a blog called The Spirituality of Living an Insane Life. Read it. There is magic in that surrender, and just allowing life happen to you. I've written a quote where I've said, I don't decide what happens in my life. I allow my life to happen to itself. For those of you who wonder why I cannot teach you the mantra before the mantra, because I don't know what I'm going to play. 1 second before I press the button, 1 second before, I don't know what I'm going to play. That's why sometimes I'm looking. I'm going through this, I'm going through that. And then the mantra comes out and it tells me, play me. And then I play it. So those of you who want to know what mantra I'm going to play next, I also don't know what I'm going to play next. It's not possible. That's my style of teaching. I know teachers, if they know they're teaching at the Healing Festival on the 9th of August 2025, they start preparing for that class now. They say, okay, first 3 minutes I will teach this, then after 3 minutes I will do this, then I will do that, then I will do that. Right? There are many teachers I know like that. I'm not like that. The first festival I taught in 12 years ago, there were 400 people, and the guy who was introducing me on the stage, he came running to me. He said, sir, what do I tell them? What are you going to teach? I looked at him, I said, I don't know. He said, what do you mean? There are 400 people there. I said, I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. He said, but what do I tell them? I said, Bijay sir will teach Kundalini Yoga. So that's what I did. And the next class I taught, there were 400 people inside. There were 300 people outside who couldn't get in. If you understand what that means. So I've never planned anything. There's no class of mine in my life that I've ever planned or will plan. I have to give a lecture in Bangalore on the 28th. And they're flying me down to this like a YPO kind of a thing. And it's a business group. It's a business meeting. So they said, what will you talk on? I said, I don't know. I will talk. So that's how I live my life. That's how I run my class. That's why there's no way you can know that what I'm going to do, because I don't know what I'm going to do.